I'm super excited to make this video for you guys about the different paths to the DP World Tour. We've already broken down the paths to the PGA Tour in America. Now we're going to get into the European Tour route, which is really exciting and kind of all over the place. There's actually 5 satellite tours underneath the European Tour's version of the Korn Ferry Tour. It just recently changed from the Challenge Tour to the Hotel Planner Tour like a month ago. So that is their Korn Ferry equivalent, which feeds directly to the DP World Tour. They have 5 satellite tours underneath the Hotel Planner Tour: the Alps Tour in Europe and Egypt, Pro Golf Tour in Europe and North Africa, Nordic Golf League in Denmark, Finland, and Sweden, Clutch Golf Tour in the United Arab Emirates, UK, and Morocco, and the Tartoon Tour in Scotland. They each have Q schools, and the only one I'm unsure about is the Tartoon Tour. Couldn't find anything about a Q school for that. And I'm going to break down the Q schools, how many people get promoted to the Hotel Planner Tour, and then how many people from Hotel Planner go to DP World Tour. So that's one route. And then the other route is going straight to Q School for the DP World Tour, which is 3 stages versus in America, it's 4 stages. And it's also different in the sense that their Q School is designed to promote players directly to the big leagues DP World Tour versus the PGA Tour. They just changed it last year. They are going to promote 5 people at the end of the 4-stage Q School to the PGA Tour. But up until last year, they have only been promoting people to the Korn Ferry Tour, where they need to play a complete season, finish in the top 20, and then get promoted to the PGA Tour. So in a nutshell, it is easier to get on the DP World Tour than the PGA Tour. Now let me explain these satellite tours a little bit more. Alps Tour, 2-stage Q School. First stage is in Italy. It's 2 rounds. And then there's a 3-round second stage. You only pay an entry fee one time, and it's the equivalent of $810. I had to do some currency translating to get all these figures in US dollars. So it's gonna vary slightly from year to year. But the top 35 players at the end of the second stage, also in Italy, get full status on the Alps Tour, and players 36th through 65th get conditional status, so they're gonna get some starts and potentially parlay that into a full season depending on how well they play. So, at the end of an entire season on the Alps Tour, if you finish top 5 on the money list, they promote you to the Hotel Planner Tour. Pretty cool stuff for only $810 entry fee. There's nothing like that in the PGA Tour umbrella. PGA Tour America's Q School, which is their equivalent of Alps Tour or any of these other tours. It's a satellite, Tier 3 Pro Golf Tour. PGA Tour America's Korn Ferry, PGA Tour, that's the hierarchy. In America, it's a $2,500 or $2,700 entry fee for PGA Tour America's Q School. So they're significantly cheaper over in Europe. Obviously, if you're traveling from America over there, that might offset some of the savings. Let's get into the Pro Golf Tour, focused in Europe and North Africa primarily for their tournaments. 1-stage Q School, that's insane. Only 1 stage to get on, it's in Germany. 2 rounds, and couldn't find a price on the Q School. Only on the entry fees of the tournaments, $380 per tournament entry fee, which is also very cheap. The top 10 players after a 2-round Q School are exempt on this tour, offering world ranking points, and top 5 players at the end of the season on the money list getting promoted to the Hotel Planner Tour. So honestly, I don't have any experience on these tours. I did try to get an exemption at one point in time into an Alps Tour event because I was in Italy playing in DP World Tour first stage Q School, and it was during the same time as an Alps Tour event, so I had some familiarity with it and communication with them at the time. But the rest of these tours I've never played on, so I don't know if there's something I'm missing, but it sure seems at a glance like it's cheaper. There's less, qualifying stages and rounds to go through, and there's more opportunities to get promoted to their Korn Ferry Tour equivalent and ultimately get on to the big stage. So let's keep talking. Nordic Golf League in Denmark, Finland, and Sweden has 2 stages of Q School in Denmark and Sweden. The entry fee is $325, which is just insanely cheap for Q School. I don't know how they're doing this. Top 25 players get exempt. That's a lot of cards. The equivalent in America of PGA Tour Americas is only 9 cards getting fully exempt status. And the 25th through 50th positions in this 2-stage Q School in the final stage get conditional status. So pretty good chance for a pretty cheap price, super cheap price, to get on the Nordic Golf League. Top 5 at the end of the season on the money list, straight to the Hotel Planner Tour. You get the drill at this point. Clutch Golf Tour, UAE, UK, and Morocco. 1-stage Q School, 3 rounds, $270 entry. Top 15 players get status on the tour. The Q School happens in England. And then they have a few less spots, 3 at the end of the season, that get promoted to the Hotel Planner Tour. Tartoon Tour in Scotland, I don't think there's a Q school. I just emailed them to inquire about that today, but I haven't been able to find anything online about a Q school. Also couldn't find anything detailing the entry fees in the tournaments. Top 2 players at the end of this tour, which it sounds like you may just be able to straight up sign up for. Top 2 at the end of the year get promoted onto the Hotel Planner Tour. So there's nothing like that in America. It seems like there's some more opportunities to advance through these satellite tours. Cheaper Q schools, less rounds in the Q schools, more qualifying spots in the Q schools. If you're an American, you got to be willing to do some travel, but if you're from Europe, man, this could be a pretty cool route. So Q School on the DP World Tour, which is the other route, the first stage is all over Europe. There's 9 different locations. There's 4 rounds in the first stage. Top 15-ish, depending on the field sizes in each event, are going to advance. You pay roughly $3,000 entry fee. It's like $2,750 European. So right now it translates to about $3K. Top 15, you move on to second stage, which is in Spain, 4 different locations, also 4 rounds. The top 24 or 23, depending on the tournament, advance. And after you pay the $3K entry fee once, no more entry fee. And that's also different than Korn Ferry Tour Q School, where you got to pay 2 different entry fees. It's 4 stages. You pay twice in the beginning, somewhere around $27.50 a pop, and then you don't pay for the final 2 stages if you advance. So again, cheaper. And then the final stage is in Spain. It's 6 rounds. They make a cut from 160 players down to 80 players after 4 rounds. And if you make that cut, you're getting a card. It just depends on what tour. So players 20 through 80, anyone who makes the cut is gonna get a full card for the Hotel Planner Tour, their equivalent of the Korn Ferry Tour, which is sick. 80 guys. To put that in perspective, Korn Ferry Tour Q School gives out 20 cards. So they're giving 4x the amount of cards for a Q school that has 1 less stage, is half the cost, and then the top 20 players in final stage get full status on DP World Tour, their equivalent of the PGA Tour. And again, to put it in perspective, this year they have implemented 5 people getting cards straight onto the PGA Tour from Q school. Still not as many as 20, but moving in the right direction, because for many years now there has been no direct path to the PGA Tour. It's impossible. You have to go through the Korn Ferry Tour or obviously Monday qualify into an event. And they have a purse. They do pay 18 grand to first place in the final stage of Q School. They do also, I'm pretty sure, have a purse. I don't know how recently they implemented that for Korn Ferry Tour final stage, and I'm not positive exactly how big it is. I think it's bigger than that, to be honest, which would make sense since they charge more for the entry fees. But hope you guys enjoyed that breakdown. These are the 2 main tours, PGA Tour and DP World Tour. So these are probably the 2 most common places guys are looking to play Q schools on the different satellite tours, hoping to advance to the tier 2 and then eventually get onto the big stage. That's where, you know, you have the best chance to earn a really good living for yourself as a pro golfer. That's where the majority of golf fans internationally have their attention. But again, there are 24 total tours that offer world ranking points. We just covered 5 satellite tours, the Hotel Planner Tour, and the DP World Tour. So we just covered 7. The PGA Tour umbrella has PGA, Korn Ferry, and then underneath it, the satellite tours are PGA Tour Americas and PGA Tour China. So that's 4. So there's still 13 other tours that offer world ranking points between Australasia, South Africa, Japan, Korea, India, Thailand. They're all spread out. Some of them also are affiliated with the DP World Tour. So I guess I actually kind of left that out, but as you can see, I probably couldn't have fit anything else on this board anyway. The Sunshine Tour, which is in South Africa, has some affiliation and co-sanctioned events with the DP World Tour. That's a tier 2 tour, and the Big Easy Tour is tier 3 underneath the Sunshine Tour. So you can play Q School for that, play well, get onto the Sunshine Tour, play well, get onto the DP World Tour, or even potentially play in some of the events that are co-sanctioned. So there are other ways as well, but these are definitely the 2 most common ways to get on the DP World Tour. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to dissect for my next video. I'm thinking right now of just trying to go a little bit deeper into all 24 of those tours and offer you guys a look at entry fees into Q School, difficulty of making it through Q School, entry fees in the actual tournaments on the tour, where are the tournaments, what are the cuts, what are the winning scores, what are the break-even scores, payouts for first place, etc. Just, it's probably not, I can't do it on a whiteboard, I don't think. It's gonna just be me sitting, speaking face to cam, and then popping up screenshots and stuff on the video so you guys can dissect for yourself and pause the video and see where I'm pulling this information from. It is a combination of Googling and doing a lot of research myself, and then the things I can't find, I'm reaching out to the different pro golf friends I have that have played on or are currently playing on these different tours. I know somebody that's on, you know, probably more than 50% of the main world ranked pro tours. So that's a big asset, having been a player myself for a while and making those relationships. So looking forward to bringing more interesting information to you guys. As always, let me know if there's something that you'd love to learn more about, or if you have questions about the things I'm breaking down here. I'll do my best to get back to all of you. Please like the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Share it with someone, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace.